Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Mass Appeal on this Wednesday. You've made a great choice in watching us today. I'm Seth Stubman.
I'm Ashley Cole. Yes, thank you for joining us.
It's going to be a good show.
It is going to be a good show and a beautiful day. Well, we may have rain later, but that's okay because our ferns and our garden need it.
We'll thrive. Exactly.
We'll thrive. So, speaking of ferns, that's what we're talking about today. We've got the Green Thumb Guru live in studio one night, Ed Sourdiffe. He's a master gardener. We're talking about how you can add ferns to your landscape.
Yes.
And it offers many benefits.
Yes, it does. Ferns are great if you have a shady area and they nothing else is growing. That's a great thing to go in there. People think ferns are really delicate and you know, they're hard to deal with and everything else, but they're really not. They've been around for hundreds of millions of years. They were here before the dinosaurs, 100 million years before flowers, so that they've been tromped on by dinosaurs and stuff, and they're still here. So.
And if a dinosaur can't break their spirit, then we certainly can't by not watering it appropriately.
Well, maybe it could, but
but they're easy and they can provide a second level. It's visual, it looks great, and you have to mow less.
Yes, and they're all different ferns. People think ferns are just green and they have no color to them. But if you actually look here, this Japanese painted fern, you can see why they call it Japanese painted, is because you can see the red veins in the lighter areas, so it's actually really nice. There's actually a ghost fern over here, and this actually has it's another version of the Japanese fern, but it's just more of a pale green, kind of grayish look, so it's really a nice fern also. They're perfect for our zone. We have here ferns that live outside, and I even brought in some tropical ferns that you would have in the house.
So the tropical ferns are the indoor ferns?
Yes.
So let's go through, what are some of your best bets if people want to plant ferns outside? What should they be looking at?
Well, you would look at a healthy fern, non-brown, and you can actually look at the tag to see what it will do because the different species do different things. The one down there is actually a ostrich fern, which is very nice. It's perfect for our area.
Really?
They call it ostrich fern because the plumes come up like big ostrich plumes, and that can actually get to be 7 feet tall.
That's so beautiful, too, and you can actually have fun with it and take the fern off and fan your partner.
There you go.
Right?
That's something
you can use that.
Yeah,
that's one thing
7
you
feet
could do.
tall,
That's what I thought of.
What if you only want it to be 5 feet? How do you go about pruning something like these?
Well, you don't really prune them down to get smaller. You would start hurting the fern. So you could find a different fern that would be smaller. Like that would probably be mostly around 3 feet, unless you have perfect environment for it to be up to 7 feet. So there are smaller ferns. Like the Japanese painted fern will only stay about this tall. It won't get very taller. This crisp fern, they call it crisp because it looks kind of crispy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's like that Italian parsley. It's got that curl to it.
And you can actually see it has that nice little furry stems there too, so there's a lot of different things on a fern that makes it interesting.
They are furry. Yeah. Okay, so these are the outside ferns.
Yeah, those are the outside. And
Let's talk about inside because I don't have good luck with ferns, with plants outdoors.
Okay, well inside ferns, usually you want a good mix, a potting mix for them, and then you will, if you're going to fertilize your fern, use it like a half-strength fertilizer, and that'll be fine. They like humidity. All ferns usually do, especially in the house in the winter, so you can keep them in an area that you know is a little bit more humid, near the bathroom or something like that. We have a tree fern over here. This is actually a Brazilian tree fern. It also comes in different colors. You can see the new foliage that's coming up here is actually kind of red, so that's really nice. I actually have an Australian tree fern at home, and that's actually already up to 5 feet tall, and it's really big. The only problem with that one is, remember we were talking about those little hairs on it? When I move it in and out of the greenhouse in the winter, in the summer, I have to make sure that it's the last plant I move, because right after I move it, I have to take a shower because all those little hairs fall off on you, and it makes you incredibly itchy like insulation. So with that fern, you have to be careful.
Say that?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It just makes you itchy.
So just shower.
Maintenance is relatively low. It's easy to grow ferns.
Yeah, and most ferns are actually deciduous. In the winter, all these guys will just fall to the ground. You just rake it up, and they're good to go. There's something here, like I just actually took these fronds from my yard this morning. This is a Christmas fern, and this is actually called Christmas fern because it stays evergreen through the year, and people even use it in floral things in the winter because it stays evergreen.
Oh, floral arrangements.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's
Makes
a nice
lot
thing.
of sense.
Yeah, I think they look familiar. I think I've seen them in floral arrangements, of course. And is it true that ferns also filter air, so they're actually good for the air quality?
Yes, all plants do. They all have a different way of filtering out the toxins in the air, so it's a good thing to have in the house. The more plants, the better it is because of filter out gases, formaldehyde, all different things that plants
But
do.
not fake plants, because I got plenty of those, but that's not going to filter my
No,
air.
they just get dusty.
Yeah.
Yes,
They do almost nothing. Ed, this is great. Is there anything else that we need to know before we leave? Anybody at home needs to know something about ferns. What is it?
Yes. If you're looking at ferns and you see something under the leaves, like here.
And a lot of people mistake it for a bug.
Yeah, they do. And these are really the spores of the fern on a fertile frond. If you actually look at this one over here, I think this one actually has another type of spore up it that really looks like insects, like aphids or something, but it's just the spore, so don't think you have to spray it to get rid of it. That's just a plant trying to reproduce. So it's not a problem at all.
Very
good. I probably would have thought it was some kind of weird
I would have scraped them all off, killed my fern.
Yeah.
Ed, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here, the Green Thumb Guru. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Ed.
so much.